Welcome. We have the 9th day of our live feed. It's all going quite well. Again, I have to apologize to all the people that are getting bored with this, but it is a social experiment, and I'm a little bit early. I'm about half an hour early. To be honest, I need to go to bed and go to sleep. I'm absolutely hammered. So I thought I'd kick off early. I'll kick off late. I'll get out of here earlier. Whatever you say. You know what I mean. Start early, finish early. So yeah, got to sit in a passenger side seat of a Tesla car today. Didn't get to drive it. Didn't ask whether I could drive it. Didn't want to drive it. Just the fact that I could have it here and play with it was pretty cool. Got lots of footage. I don't know whether or not I'm going to be able to put it into a video or not, but I'll sure as hell give it a crack. So, we got a couple of people cruising into the room. Sorry I'm early, guys. We got good morning from Ontario, Canada. Good morning, Stephen. How are you, mate? Thank you very much. David, oh yeah, extract the digit. Very good. One up the sleeve customs, Brad from Tasmania. Yes, it's live stream time for a short period of time, half an hour, and then I'm out of here. I really need some sleep, and I'm cleaning cells at the same time. Cleaning some purple poop, I'm going to call it, because I haven't had any usable so far, and I've got quite a few there I'm trying to test. Hi, Pete Crud here. Good morning, sir. Good morning, Dan from the Netherlands. G'day, mate. Welcome to yet another live stream. Our 9th in our series of our social experiments to see if this will actually work and get us some more YouTuberage, I guess you'd say. Basically, it's me babbling on, but we'll get there. My Acre of Africa. Hey, big guy. Welcome back, buddy. Welcome back. What is the vault of your base, and what vault you running at the bank? I think I understand that. It's 48 volt is sort of what it's classed as, but I charged a 57.1, I think. Somewhere close to that anyway. Day 9 already, and I have an exam tomorrow, so I can't see the last. I don't know whether I'm going to do the last one tomorrow or I'm going to do the last one in 3 days' time, which will see out the end of it, and then I'll be able to show all the details and stuff. Hey, Chris, yeah, it was cool. Unfortunately, I think I was a little bit deer in headlights. I tried to get some footage and stuff like that, and yeah, but I was not the cool kid at all. I was smiling from ear to ear. But hopefully I can put it together and make it into a story that sort of fits my channel. We did manage to charge the car for a little while, not very long. We didn't sit there for 5 hours charging it at 10 amps. That would have, only got us 50 Ks down the road or something. We only charged for, I think, it was under an hour we charged it for, but the inverter didn't mind it and stuff like that, so it was pretty cool. Got to have a good look around it, have a look at all the connectors, and play with the touch screen and watch how you could set up the charger and all that sort of stuff. And hey, look, it's a 70D. It's not new, but I was still extremely grateful for Adrian's time today. I was very, very, very happy. Me bad spelling the pack. I realize this is not your area of expertise, but do you think these packs could work in a boat? I am interested in an electric outboard. I guess so. They could work anywhere with enough ingenuity, I guess. I guess you'd have to make them waterproof somehow. Look at the 18650 shelf. It's got to be. That was insane, the amount of time it took to make that that video and put that shelf there. It was crazy trying to get all the angles and the lights and the takes and the retakes and the screw ups and the camera stopping, and oh my god. But it's good fun. I really enjoyed making that video. I really like the end result. So pretty chuffed. Yeah, I want to see it filled. The plan was, when I did the video, I really wanted to actually process every single cell and get it up there. But you know what? That is completely not a reality. That is just, I'm in dreamland if I thought that that was ever going to happen. I wanted it to happen, but so when you're getting one, he has pre-ordered the Model 3. So I would really like the opportunity to buy even a 70. I don't care. I can't afford a new one. And I've got my eyes on another electric car anyway. So, and I'm also borrowing a Nissan Leaf for 19 days. So I'm going to try and do some, I don't know if they're going to be good videos or not, but I'm going to try and do some good videos with the Nissan Leaf. On the first day I have the Nissan Leaf, I've got he's driving here, and then I've got to take him to the airport, to the Brisbane International Airport, and then I've got to drive home, which is going to be about 96 kilometres, and it's got about 120 kilometres of range. I already have range anxiety, but I don't drive in the city too well. There is a supercharger in the city. I could hit halfway home, which would be awesome, because the Leaf will plug straight into it. But I would really like to do a flat to full charge on it, and work out really whether my Powerwall can, in one day or however long it takes, just do a full charge without intervening. Just saying, right, charge, go, and see what happens. That would be very cool. Yes, fanboy, absolutely. I'm a definite fanboy. Hi Pete, Ben from Forest Lake. Hey Ben from Forest Lake. Hi Pete, I followed your YouTube from the beginning. I've been involved with solar and batteries for over 27 years. That's a long time, Peter. You would have seen all the lead acids and stuff that are still running now. I bet you've got some systems that you put in 27 years ago and still running, if they were built right and maintained properly, I guess. How many 18650s go you have? Vaping. Processed 18650s, I am, oh shit, you're gonna make me do maths. Where's my phone? Siri, do some maths. That was serious. Siri didn't know how to do maths. So I've got 6 times 1,120. So I've got 6,720 cells, almost complete. I'm probably days away from finishing that next pack, but I haven't even got the the 50th kilowatt hour pack in, because I have nowhere to put it. And I'm ordering, I'm considering ordering some new mounts this week for people as well. If anybody wants to buy some new mounts, I am considering doing another run, but I need to have 10 pre-ordered before I make a run. And I don't know if anybody wants 14 across or just 7 across. I was thinking about doing 14. It will take quite a bit of time to actually change all mine over to 14, but I think it would be worth it for space. Hi from Perth, WA. G'day, Peter. It's so weird. 3 days ago, I found one of my friends even know Elon. Only to ever heard about Tesla. I was stunned. Oh, wow. Epic angle changes. No, that is not epic. That is crazy for the amount of time it takes. And I had help this time. I had my father helping me, which I was very appreciative of. How's it going? How many drill pack cells do you have in your system? None, not one. Zippo. 10 days YouTube income, halfway there. Ditch the TP educated your friends. Hey man, really enjoying your videos. What's your best tip to clean off the batteries of the old tacky marks? What do you mean, this stuff that I've got on my fingertip now, that I've been playing with my fingertips? There is no best way, let me just tell you. Some of the tacky stuff, and I don't have enough light tonight, and I'm not even changing it. You can just roll your thumb across and it just sort of peels up. Some you can just pick it and just peel it off. Others you just leave it and ignore the fact that it was ever there. I've had some I've re-sleeved, But there's no trick to it. Every manufacturer does it a different way. But it's usually just my fingernail and time. I sit here a lot and fidget. I guess this is my fidget spinner. Look, it goes around. It fidgets. So yeah, that's how I do it. 10 days YouTube income, halfway there. What's your best tip to clean off the batteries from? Oh, I'll tack weld. Sorry, I didn't even get to the end of it. I don't. I just get me side cutters, but I have absolutely no idea where they are. I seriously have a mind of their own. I'm not even looking for them. I can't be bothered. It's late and I don't care. I just snip them off, and then I got a tile, and I just tap either end and just knocks them down. So that's how that is done after I read the question properly. Sorry, dude. That's Tony, not dude. We have collected about 320 1850s tested. Nice, well done, Peter. It is hard work finding cells. I had my wholesaler was chatting to me about my project today, and they said, where do you get all your cells from? And I said, I've got this great community of people out here, and someone just messages me and says, I've got a bucket full of them, do you want them? And I buy every one that I can find lately, and that's actually easier than actually going out and looking myself. Sometimes I've got to drive for 6 hours to get them, but you know, it's worth it. I think I achieved a lot, but it was a full night of work with some beers. Smooth is the key. I mean, can someone start a Powerwall without spending much money? Of course you can. I have less than $500 in costs for all of my cells. Don't ask me about the time I spent in the earlier days, because I literally spent entire days ringing one company after the next. There was a 1 week period. I swear to God, I must have rung hundreds of people looking for hundreds of companies, recycling centres all over Queensland and the top side of New South Wales, trying to look for cells. Weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, and some would say yeah, and give us a ring back in a few days, and you give them a ring back in a few days, and nothing yet. You'd have to keep giving them a call every couple of months or whatever. So it's hard work. So I basically used my cells to pay for my cells. So when I found a big lot, I sold 80 or 90% of them off for the same price I bought them for, and then I kept the balance and did it that way, and that was much cheaper. Drill packs, I think you choose a little. Can someone spend much money? I got to somehow mark where I'm up to, except when I do that, it just goes down 7 pages. Yes, you can find the batteries for free. Asking, damn, 6,000 cells, nowhere to get them here. I'm sorry, dude. Watch his videos, absolutely. I was working for a company which built the first electric vehicles for the electrician back in the 80s. Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. Wombat, that it would look good on any resume in this chat, I reckon. Icepipe, g'day from Cairns. Hey, g'day from Cairns, Icepipe. G'day to Cairns. Vaping, yeah, just come up across the channel a few days ago, slowly working my way through them. Thank you very much. I do appreciate all the people that spend time to go through all 300 or so of my videos. That's dedication. I wouldn't do it personally. I would get sick of hearing my own voice. I do get sick of hearing my voice for the last 10 days. How did Pack 5 do the Chasm Tesla? Unfortunately, I only took about 20 amp hours out of the battery. So only 1 kilowatt hour or something. We didn't take much out. Look, it wasn't this massive test like I saw it in my head. I had some weird notion that we could do it at 4,000 watts and leave it charging for 4 hours, but that's not a reality. So it didn't really even get hurt, to be honest. You wouldn't even know that we hooked the charger up to it, because if I had the solar panels, if I had the solar running at the same time, it would have taken almost nothing from the batteries. In fact, I think I did, but it was early in the morning. Anyway, doesn't matter. I have screen capture, and that will be in the next video, I hope. But I'm running out of time to do videos because I have to do my 20,000 subscriber video, which I'm trying desperately to do. But trying to compile that much footage, it's going to be a bloody 30-minute video, I reckon. But I'm trying to get that down. That does take a lot of time. Tony Dixon, g'day Tony. Professor Bob, hey, it's time for HB cooking. Yes, today I'm cooking some old Sanyo cells. Actually, talking about cooking old Sanyo cells, you should see the photo I just took of those cooking. I had to take 5 out. They were hot. Yeah, I know that, Tony. I got you now. Per pack. Per pack volt is 4.2 volts or 3.7 fully charged. What is the maximum discharge rate capability of your current battery setup? The maximum discharge, I think, is 0.23 of an amp per cell. 0.2, maybe 0.25 or something. It's not that large. I need more inverters and stuff because I could easily have 4 times inverters there without a problem. What is the time here? It's 8:51. Iron Claw. Fectitch. What do you think about Ellen's idea to use electric vehicles as your home storage because they have so much storage, since it's pretty risky to rely on that? I think it's a great idea. In fact, that is the whole ethos. If I get to build my own electric car, it will be my storage. It will form a part of my day-to-day running of it. So I might have to do it like a dual battery setup or something in a car, where once one battery's full, it automatically goes over to the other one, and once one's flat, it automatically draws from the other one. I don't know how that's going to work, but I reckon it will. Would you rather higher capacity or higher discharge? Oh, higher capacity for a Powerwall for sure. Higher discharge is only important when you have a smaller Powerwall, I guess. My first system was a modified 500 watt UPS using batteries from scrapyard. Very cheap way to start. I found your vids and then got 18650 sickness. There is a cure apparently. You've just got to tell your wife how much you spent on your 18650 sickness, and you're cured magically. Recycling centres in the UK are the best. They seem to be eager to sell them in bulk for cheap rather than disassembling and recycling them. Oh, awesome. There you go. Maybe you need to actually point that out, that they don't, you're doing the work for them, so they should be paying you. Maybe that's an interesting angle. Any cells for sale, please? Yeah, I've got a whole heap of purple ones, but I'm going to wait for a little while on the purple. I'm going to test a heap of them and get a rough idea on what they're worth. I've had lots of offers for the purple one. There is a lineup. Now I think there's about 100 laptop batteries, which means plus 600 cells. And there has been a few faulty ones. I mean, but there's, out of about 40 that I've tested, there's about 20% of them won't even charge or get really hot. Whereas the green ones, I haven't had any faulty green ones yet. They've all been over 2700 or something, which is awesome. Can you explain? Can you explain what amperage is? One of those times related to batteries. No, I can't. I'm not a technical person. Sorry, buddy. I learned everything I know from YouTube, and if I can't work something out, I Google it and try and learn it. I am not the brightest kettle. I'm not. Yeah, everything I know is learnt by touching and feeling. It's not learnt by knowing. David, which ones can I never get any from them? Have you thought about watt-hour testing instead of amp-hour testing of each cell? Nope, not for a second. Oh well, watt-hour testing is just the same as amp-hour testing with a different value, I guess, isn't it? Amp-hour is more socially acceptable within our field, I guess. And I like amp-hours, and I don't want to change. My local, but I get them contact from company. Oh, it's moving too fast. Process them. I guess it's a bit of a ring around. Yep, absolutely ring around. Multi-amp-hour testing is close enough to watt hour. That's my thoughts exactly. Hi from Mount Dora, FL USA. Daniel, welcome to the chat tonight. The mesh, can you do without the Batrium BMS? Is it a luxury you want or not need? Okay, I can answer that question. The Batrium software is next level. I don't care what anybody says. I literally walked to my Powerwall with this multimeter several times a day for months and months, and I tested every single cell so often during the day. It was insane because I was genuinely concerned about something bad happening. So that brings me to something where you can simply look at it and it's there. Everything is safe. Okay, we're done. There is nothing better than that visual representation. I can go on my phone. Of course, you know, I didn't set this up, and all my notifications start coming in as soon as I unlock my phone. Thank you very much for that. To all the new subscribers, we've had 10 since I started this live feed. Thank you very much for joining us. It is much appreciated. So I've got a remote desktop on my phone, and my computer just logged out. So wherever I am, I can actually, on the iPhone, I can log in and check it as well. I can control it with the mouse. I can turn it on, I can turn it off, and whatever. So is it a luxury I want? Absolutely. Do you need it? No, you don't. Of course you don't need it. There is many ways you could do it. There's lots of people out there doing a Arduino system and stuff like that. They're doing their own stuff, which is fantastic, and that's part of what this community is about. But for me, I don't know how to do that sort of stuff, and there is a certain level of security, I guess. It's a blankie. It's a teddy bear that you cuddle at night when you're a kid, and you just trust it, and it makes me sleep better at night. That sounds corny and like a sales pitch, and I don't get paid a single cent from Batrium for anything. Not a single cent has changed hands. And I've bought lots of stuff from them as well. It just works. But you don't have to do it. You can get a multimeter and you can walk down there. Hell, you can get all these little things. You get a bunch of these little things and put them around the place. They work really well as well, except they do get your batteries out of balance slowly. You could get the 1S balancers. They work really well and fairly cheap. The thing I don't like about them is they only balance. They don't protect against anything else. But I hope that answers your question without ranting on too much, and I think I did rant on. But anyway. Amps is a coulomb per second. Linux and coulombs are a unit of charge. So amp hours is just... I'm not even going to get into that. That's Holden and Ford shit there. That's not what I'm asking. And always it says on the batteries. What does that mean? Sorry, I completely lost what you said, man. Can you explain what amperage is? Okay, so someone else is answering that as well. Roughly. This is starting to get too technical. I absolutely agree. Let's go back to talking. Technical's not good. I'm not a technical person. I use a calculator, for fuck's sake. Who thinks I did a good job of that last video with the Suri thing? I know I didn't actually need to, but if you look back at my videos, I keep referring back to the maths problem and stuff. I suck at maths. I'm really bad at maths, so I was just trying to play on that a little bit, and then got carried away. And then I thought it was all right, so I left it. One thing about Powerwall, how do you choose how many cells and series? Okay, so that zombie, pardon me, I'm burping on camera. That's simply up to your inverter. You work out what your inverter does, work out the amount of batteries. We have thought about going to 15S in order to lower the load on each cell, but that's going to hurt my inverter too much. As it is now, I can't even charge my batteries completely with my inverter because it just won't let it go that high. I did try. I can only get to 4.178 volts or something like that. You can't get to 4.2 per cell, you know what I mean. Bale, good morning, sir. I wish I could build a wall here in Canada. What, to keep all the Americans out? What are we talking about? I'm not absolutely sure. I have perfect video for you. Link it below once the thing's finished, the chatty thing. Batteries, search for how many 80s, 50 power a scooter. Battery torque 4. Cut and paste. Copy. There we go. What are the data charges over there for the mobile in Oz these days? Is data intensive to log into the Batrium software to monitor? Any idea how much data is involved? No, I've never really looked. I'm on, this phone is my business phone, so I don't really care about the bill. In fact, I just pay it every month. But it's not horrible. I don't think I go over like 5 gig or something on my phone. But because I'm a computer tech, and a lot of my customers have been with me for like 10 and 15 years. I've set all their Wi-Fi up, and the first thing I do when they go to their site is walk in, and the Wi-Fi is working good. I know the Wi-Fi is working on my phone. If there's got a computer problem with internet, I know that's all good to go. So wherever I am, I usually got Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi anyway. So he explains it very good for general use. There you go. Appreciate it. There we go. One up the sleeves customs. Google's Ohm's law and capacities. Don't do that. That's technical. With the range of resistance in this, I have found the amazing variance in watt storage. I wouldn't be surprised at all. The good thing about it is the resistance in the cell gets exponentially less important as the Powerwall gets bigger. And in fact, I'd go as far as saying all these 1700 milliamp hour cells are perfectly usable in any Powerwall. As long as you build your first and your second banks, subject to how big you're going, with the strongest possible cells, and then any other cells that you add down the track, they're just a bonus. I'd be at 100 kilowatt hours now if I didn't get rid of all my low-end capacity cells. Loved the last video. Absolutely do more of those once in a while. It's hard work because they are almighty amount of editing. The first half of that video was 22 gig of footage. After editing out all my ums and what the hells, and the camera stopped again. Thought the video was well done. Awesome. Thank you very much for the feedback. How thick is your earth cable from the panels and the pip? The earth cable is whatever the Australian regulations say the earth cable is. I think the inverter itself is earthed through the house because it's all linked in. But the sheds, the PCM60X, both sheds, PCM60X, are all through their own earth stake. And even this shed has 2 earth stakes, and it has some big cables coming down for lightning and stuff like that. I don't think it's actually going to help, but they're there anyway. So the mesh, thanks for answering the BMS. Want, need, awesome reply. I really like how much monitoring you have over and above the Batrium. Yes, hardware choices. I need to look at Victron more. Yes, Victron Energy would be a good place for inverters and stuff like that, that's for sure. Talking about Victron, if anybody wants a battery monitor, I have one here for sale. I have 2 here for sale, if anybody wants a battery monitor. I've noticed a measurement difference between my IMAX B6 and the result for my Fox Nova hitting difference of 300 million. Yes, I've seen differences there. I have, I've got like Opus discharges, and if I change those cells around and charge them 4 times and discharge them 4 times in all the different slots, they're all different. Get it out of your head that when we're no longer testing for capacity, so to speak, what we're testing for is good and a bad cell. So work out where your cutoff is for your amp hours, and then we're testing for a good or bad cell, not for capacity so much. Does that make sense? We really need to get the best cells we possibly can in our power walls. Yeah, so heat and all that sort of stuff. Stick with the same make, model, brand, and size of chargers. I've got the IMAX, which you can just see here, and that just charges that big. And I'm dropping cells on the ground. That just charges that big lot of cells. I don't use that to discharge. I did the first 300 with that, and it's way different to all the others. So just get one brand of discharger and roll with it, and then any other charger. Although you find some of the chargers, this IMAX charges it to 4.18 volts, whereas I've got Fox Novo or something over there, and it does it to 4.21 volts, and that's going to affect your capacity as well. Mike from Michigan here. Welcome, Mike. Welcome to the chat. Christopher, I've noticed a measure different. I've seen that one. Yep. The wall. We're talking the piss out of. That's when you've had a few too many drinks. That's a lot of fun. I liked it, Siri. How do you measure cut wood? That'd be awesome. 45 a month from Aldi Mobile, Telstra Network, 9 gig of data, all calls in Australia. That's pretty cheap. I think I pay like 80, but it's straight through Telstra, and it's again one of those things I've had for years and never changed it. I fight to save 1 cent on my power bill, yet I don't give a shit about my phone bill. Go figure, huh? Whoa, that just went crazy. How many of you have got here since I've done a live? How many sub have you got since you've done live stream? I don't know. There's 2 more since I last checked. Can't stay to the end. It's 4 a.m. here. Got to go. Thanks for the stream. No worries, Iron Claw. Thank you very much for tuning in. YouTube's an SSD killer. So much data. I don't run SSDs for my YouTube gear. I run 2 terabyte, gigabyte, whatever hard drives. Actually, I had one fail. I had one fail today. That's all right. It's got a few sisters and brothers, and I don't go above 2 terabyte either. I don't trust them. You got 6 terabyte of data on one drive. That's a heck of a lot to lose if something happens, and they're all rated up as well. Got to go. Thanks for the live. Totally agree. Keeping my lower cells for post. Definitely, absolutely. I've got about 4 laptop batteries, so I could do anything cool with the cells for something portable. Torch, I guess. I like the new shelf. How's Cell 5 going? Cell 5 has the least... no, Cell 5 is the most boring thing I've ever done. Again, I truly expected something horrible to happen. But it has been cycled a lot. It's probably been cycled 20%, at least 5 times, and it's not showing any sign of being worse than any other cell. And I know this is going to get worse when I go lower, but for now, it's working. I mean, I've taken 50 amp hours out, and I've just gone 3.99, so I've only got 0.04 of a volt spread between the cells, and neither of them are pack 5. So that's not so bad, I reckon. I'm still embarrassed. I'm still embarrassed with that. I thought it would catch on fire, and in fact, I spent hours down there when I first put it in there. I literally sat down there on my phone, and I had the thermal camera beside me for hours and hours and hours and hours watching it, thinking that something bad was going to happen very quickly. The Wallers keep Canadians in. I managed to clean out 2 Dick Smiths cheap and got a shitload of prepaid Sims, $30 and $40 Sims. I won't need data for several years. Oh, that is outstanding. To clarify, I was at the wall joke earlier. I love your free share for all great work. Thank you very much. The chat's rolling so fast I can't keep up. How do you deal with the lag on the drives? I love SSD speed. The lag on the drives is nothing compared to my my Generation 1 i7 CPU. And one of my mates with the Nissan Leaf gave me this today. It's all got all the cables. Anyway, he gave me a computer today, and I really should have disconnected the cables first. And he says it's a Gen 4 or a Gen 3 i5. So me and my son got there and started putting it all together, and you know, I involved him a little bit and let him help. I got to the end of it, and it's like a Gen 1. It's borderline a Celeron processor. Because I was putting it together to edit videos so I could sort of keep the two separated. And geez, I felt like a twit. I didn't even look at the CPU or the motherboard. I could have just Googled the motherboard and worked out what it was, and I just didn't. And I just feel like a twit. But my son loved it. My son thought it was absolutely brilliant. Considering he's only 5, I might just give it to him and let him have a crack at it. He might break it. What is the current battery in your setup? The current battery capacity, it's about 40 kilowatt hours. USB power bank, that'll work, yep. Or even LED lighting or something like that. In a tent or a small bedroom or something. When testing the cells, I've always find when I charge the cells in parallel or series, I get a few hot cells, but when they charge individually, they don't get hot and seem to have good capacity. Is that normal? I don't know. I've never gotten that far into testing. Those cells there, and in fact, a couple fall on the floor, and this one here, were crazy hot. I think I'll put it in the next video, I hope. But they were like 90 degrees Celsius. They'll just go in the bin. I'm not even going to spend the time to recheck them. If it's hot, there's a reason why they're hot, and I chuck them out straight away. I don't bother trying to bring them back up again. USB power bank, is that normal? Have you ever thought of making your own inverter? Absolutely not. That has never passed my mind once, Michael. I got 20 consumer 4 terabyte hard drive and a NAB RAID for 2 years. Not a dead one yet. That's pretty lucky. Unlucky. 3 dead 2 terabyte, but overheated them. I don't overheat mine. I make sure all mine have got massive amounts of airflow. I know better than that. Even my NAS box here is, I got, what's that, 8 terabyte NAS there, another 8 terabyte NAS on the floor, and they're all got extra fans on them as well. But they're about 4 years old, I think, at least 4 years old. They're quite old. Western Digital units. I've read somewhere that the theory brass bus bars are worse than copper. I've heard that theory as well, resistance or something. I know you've experimented. What was your experience with that? It seems easy to find brass bar here for some reason. Yeah, you don't even need to do that anymore. Seriously, all that you need is electrical cable. The video I did I keep walking over to get the stuff. All that you need is electrical cable. Pull it out, stick it in a drill. It is so cheap and so fast, you're mad to do anything else. There is no way I'd go back to the old way I did bus bars. I mean, look, back in the day, it was brilliant and I loved it, but it was time consuming and expensive to do the bus bars. It cost me hundreds of dollars to do bus bars for one bank of batteries and countless hours worth of cutting and hammering and straightening. No, don't do that. Just do the wire and you're done. It is so cheap. And there's lots of them out there. And Fly Jabberoo was the first person who did, well, first person that I seen did that. So credit to you, mate. You did a good job. Boston, did anyone try to charge the Sky MC? Is quite accurate range of 30 millimeter. It's one of the 5 accurate. Others are like Opus. No, I haven't tried that one, unfortunately. No. Trevor, more info, Mr. Okay. don't know what that pertains to. That's all right. I'm probably a little bit behind. Do you take into account the ratio between the current capacity and the catalog capacity, which probably indicates more or less the life cycle? No, because I have never, up until recently, I haven't even looked at a data sheet on these cells. That just adds another step I don't want to spend the time on doing. Literally, if it's got over 2100 milliamp hours, it goes into my Powerwall. I don't care. And again, it comes down to all that I'm doing is checking for a good or bad cell. I don't care about anything else. And if it fails, you know, it fails. There's nothing more, you know. It's got, there's a time versus money, time versus effort relationship with this thing, isn't there? It's not easy to ignite a cell, but it is possible if you try hard enough. Paul, oh, welcome. G'day, mate. It is easy to ignite a cell in the right situation. I think one of the problems is where all of us people are using the cells that are actually got the plastic 18650 holder, which is just adding to the fuel to the fire. I reckon if someone out there got one of these plastic, these 18650 holders that I have nothing close to me, and made them fire retardant or something like that, I think that would be really, really good. If someone actually did that, I would rip every single one of my batteries apart and replace them with the fire retardant stuff. That is definitely on the wish list of things to do. That and get 3D printed cups over the top of all my bus bars and stuff. Just reduces the chances of getting any shorts and stuff like that. That's cool. It wouldn't be annoying with a slower CPU. No, it's not as slow as mine, but it's worked. It's 7 years old and it's reliable. And I'm a cheap bastard when it comes to computers, because I know an old computer will always outlast a new one. Well, there's a problem. It was a WD green. As blue, yes, definitely. If you go the reds are awesome. Black, definitely. SSD for system boot, yep. 240. I got two 240 gig SSDs in this in RAID format for my boot drive. Stabber cell startup fire, yeah, that will help. But that's, you know, that's not normal use. Did I miss the load test? No, I have. There was a load test a few weeks ago, 63 hours. Just go on my thing and type in 63 hours, you'll get the load test. I am going to, I'll do another load test when I get this Nissan Leaf next week. I think I get the Nissan Leaf for 19 days. So I'll definitely do a load test on that. Similar to the test I was going to do with the Tesla this morning, the Tesla 70D. I can actually put a really hard, well, not so much a really hard load, but a consistent load, and screen capture the demise of Pack 5. I just expect when it goes down lower, it's just going to drop like a hammer when it gets down to a certain level, and then, you know, it'll shorten the lifespan of everything else. And at that point, I'll pull it out and put the other one back in again. Hi from the UK, love your project. I'd like to do something similar, but not sure it's worth considering the much sun we have. Yeah, that would have to be a contributing factor. Also, what's your cost of your energy over there? That's something I like finding out, was the price of the energy all over the world and stuff like that. I know it's based on what do you call it, income and stuff like that, but it's still good to see how much people buy stuff for. I think there's places in the States that do a lot of Bitcoin mining that only pay like 5 cents per kilowatt hour. I would truly love that. Dual Exxon server, great for editing. Okay, there you go. Dual Exxon. Why do I think I've got one of them sitting underneath the bench here somewhere? Rubbish folder, yes. Okay. I need to set up big NAS when I move. NAS are a peace of mind, but I don't leave my NAS on. I turn my NAS off every single time I finish doing a backup. I don't leave it on 24/7. I'm a firm believer you don't leave a network device turned on if you value your data on it. Brass has lower conductivity, but doesn't tarnish as easy. That's true. I've ordered 6-cell portable 240 AC Powerwall banks, 240 volt in my pocket. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, well, oh look, another fellow Aussie. G'day, mate. G'day, Ben. Is it Benjamin? I think it's Benjamin. Barbecue bus bars. Yes, let's go the barbecue bus bars. No, let's not go the barbecue bus bars. It was a good idea. It never, ever worked. It was stupid that I even considered that that was an option. And look, putting them in the barbecue worked, but cutting all those bus bars and trying to lay the filament in it and then solder over the top and then polish it, that was whose idea was that anyway? That was insane. That wasted so many hours. Imagine if I did 40 kilowatt hours like that. That's just dumb. Peter should be slapped upside the head, I guarantee you. But they're early videos. That's the bus bar saga. If you search the bus bar saga, you'll know all about that. Hopefully wholesale. If you had to buy your cells, hopefully wholesale, would you do 80s, 50s or go something higher like 10 amp hour cylindrical? I've never really put much thought into it. I mean, it'd be cool if I could go the 26s, but there's no need. I mean, all mine's recycled stuff, so I like it. I like the ethos that follows. Plug Me In project. I am going to try and participate in the Plug Me In project. I don't think I'll be allowed to let him sleep here. But I could certainly plug him in and let him charge, and it might make a good video for him. That Plug Me In project, how many people have subscribed to that? Because it seems he's only got, well, I was the 999th subscriber. He's got a few more now, but I really thought that channel would have been much higher than it was. He seems like he's onto a good idea, if completely nuts, let's just face it, but I've often thought about doing a motorhome of some sort, or a small camper, and making it into an EV, and just drive somewhere until the batteries go flat, and let your panels on the roof charge the batteries back up again, and off you go again, and see if you could do all the way around Australia for next to nix. I'd be keen on that. I'd be super keen on that, actually. If I could get a year off working here, that'd be good. It's never going to happen, but it'd be cool. I managed to make it today. Awesome. Alex, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Trevor, I've seen a guy on YouTube power a stereo with a 12-volt battery for a few seconds using a handful of components. That's pretty cool. There's some mad things happening on YouTube. Look at that guy that made a Powerwall out of laptop batteries. I mean, I know you buy your cells. I mean, if you had to buy them new. Ah, okay. If I had to buy them new, I probably would not do this project. I'd just go and buy a Tesla Powerwall. If I had the money to buy them new, or not, maybe not necessarily a Tesla Powerwall, but I would just go out and buy something out of the box. There's too much time and effort into this project. And money. I mean, my God. And I mean, even if this project lasts 5 years, without YouTube, it would never, ever pay for itself. That's the hardware alone, not to mention the time you spend doing it. So, yeah. What is the cost of 18650 battery? Anywhere from 10 cents to $10. Attach them with glue. That's a possibility. What's that, glue instead of the holders? High five from Ireland. Good on you, help and save 56 billion Great Barrier. Did you see the report by today? No, I didn't. Sorry. Great Barrier Reef. It's so true. I use my old Asus laptop more than my MSI Beast. Wow. Got to highlight it and then scroll up and then try and catch up again. There's a flame retardant 3D filament, but I time print holders, I guess. That's right. I don't think it's very economical to print your own holders. Don't you worry that a cell near the end of its life, even currently, is 2100 milliamperes, will bring the pack down sooner than later? Yes, I do worry about that. But unfortunately, I could also die driving my car out the driveway. So, it's pale. It's those possibilities are definitely there, and you should all be very well aware of that happening. But should you lose sleep over it? No, because there's nothing you can do about it. If you've got it in operation and you're using it, there's nothing more you can do about it. 15 pound, 15, I don't know how you say that in the UK, per kilowatt hour. Washington, D.C. has hydropower and 5 to 8 cents. Oh, there we go. NAS is more likely to fail on spin up and spin down than active use. Only turn it off once a day anyway, on and off once a day. Well, that one anyway. I've got one that's full time, but that one gets turned off. 32 terabyte NAS for CCTV at work. Wouldn't touch Seagate drives. Again, that's holding it forward. I have just as many problems with Seagate as I do with Western Digital. I like the black range and the red range, though. They are better. NZ is about 80% renewable. Oh, there you go. NAS equals network access storage. That is absolutely right. Those of no idea what that means. Sorry. Zambia just had 75% increased tariff overnight. Now it's around 10 cents. Wow. 40 kilowatt. Okay, wow. Got to go, mate. Chris, thank you very much for tuning in. Hans, welcome. How often do you get batteries for free? I don't get batteries for free. I've almost always got to pay for them. But I try and sell off some of them and offset that cost. Oh, I remember the bus the 1850s. A great common form factor. Minnesota. Geez, I am well behind. How long did you go to the live stream start? About quarter past 8? No, 8:30. About an hour ago. About an hour ago it started. I was only going to do a half hour, but there's lots of great questions here, which is really cool. Thank you very much for kicking in. What up, Pete? How often do you have to get batteries for free? Oh, I remember the bus saga. How long did the live stream start? 46 minutes ago. There we go. I'm paying per kilowatt hour. Hello from USA. There's some varying prices, but I guess there would be. Wow, so a third world country has electricity charges higher than some first world countries. Amazing. No wonder the thanks behind. That's interesting. 27 cents peak, 17 cents off peak. Wow. I pay. Yeah, I think I pay the same, except off peak is 22 cents, I think. In the Netherlands, about 22 cents USD per kilowatt hour. There we go. How's the weather? The weather is nice. I am in shorts and a t-shirt. However, I do have the heater on behind me. In Cairns, Virginia, SA, where I live, it's 13 cents per kilowatt hour flat, which doesn't do much to make solar attractive if the return on investment big construction. Yeah, the return on investment would be horrible for that, wouldn't it? But I think that if you compare capacity data sheets, you would be able to tell if the cell is currently near 80%, which should give you an idea. That is absolutely true, and it's definitely a step you could take if you so chose. I chose not to, however. How's the H2O project going? Pricked up my ears like Groundhog Day. Would a hydrogen producer using the batteries be a better end game for power recall? I don't know. I really don't know. Sorry, man. I don't understand that sort of stuff. How many batteries does the new holder hold? It's still 1,120. It's just, well, no, the old ones are only 560 or whatever. So it's sort of double length. I don't know. I am considering redesigning it. 9 cents per kilowatt hour. Peak 15 cents, mid peak 11, and off peak 7.7. Wow. I've heard that some people with off peak with like 7.5 and 10 cents or whatever, they call it load shifting. Are you allowed to actually save it on off peak and then use it during peak, or is that like illegal in most places where have those sorts of tariffs? Charges and rural premium fee. And a rural premium. Why would you have a rural premium? You shouldn't. Yeah. Anyway, I guess it's just the cost of getting it out there. If I told you what the electricity cost in Serbia, it's such a small world now. We've got the internet. Why did you choose? Why did you choose not to? Didn't know any better when I started. Mark, do I own a Tesla? No, I don't own a Tesla. However, I got to go for a drive-in one for the very first time this morning, and I was a kid in a candy store. Absolutely loved it. Even though we just went for a polite drive around the block, it was it was something else. It was like floating on air. Saying that adding extra capacity is not the question, and you could add another 100 kilowatts with a wave of your hand. What is the optimal usable voltage range you would shoot for per cell? Probably all the specifications say 3.9 at the top. If you had that many cells, 3.9, you wouldn't even get to 3.8 cycle, so it'd be next to nothing. Choose not to exclude near end of life. Tell us about the Serbia. Yes. The wood holder on the wall behind you. Head sport. What do you mean by head sport? Sorry. Rural properties pay more tier 2. Yes, you can load shift. Oh, there you go. That answers the question. How many miles can you drive your house? How many miles can you drive your house? I need sleep. That sounds like you need sleep. What the heck are you talking about? For fixing after storms. I'm getting a little bit lost in all the conversations. 8 hours at night, 6 hours. Holy, that is cheap. You wouldn't even bother having batteries off the grid. Plans to be a lot of cost comes from the connection, right? Yeah, I pay about $120 a quarter for the connection. And then I think I still have a $300 power bill on top of that for hot water and stuff like that. Hopefully with my new, my little power thingy, my hot water thing, that's going to come down substantially. And maybe I can get my power bill down to about $100 or $200 a quarter. But I am not going off grid. I have no plans whatsoever to disconnect the grid, because it is just it really is a huge, what's the word? It's just a fail-safe. It's there. I mean, you don't have to worry about it. So, yeah, I'm not disconnecting from the grid. On the Western Atlanta seaboard here, so Young Seal, there we go, 2 cents a kilowatt. Wow. Would you exclude those near end-of-life cells if starting now? Yes, I would. You'd still have to have a range of using the older cells, say 1500 to 2100. But you really could build a lot of practical stuff from those older cells that I've literally just sort of flipped for next to nothing. I've literally had buckets with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, thousands of cells in it, and said you can take that entire bucket for $20, and people are using them now. So good on them. And they go through and retest them or whatever, and make their own little power projects. What else we got here? Dan, hydrogen said about 25 return on power. There we go. I love your channel. Great help starting my own battery project, e-bike battery with long range. In one episode, you mentioned the price of one of your packs is about $160. How to cheaper grits? Oh, geez, that was a long time ago. I think I worked out, if I remember correctly, that $160 per pack was based on a few things like $2 per cell processed, which 80 cells, $160, the time it takes and all that sort of stuff. You could do it cheaper by just not paying $2 per cell. So you just pay like $2 per pack of batteries, and you'd easily halve that price, I reckon. That was just a flippant comment. So that would mean my bank of batteries worth what? Wait a minute, maths again. 4,480 cells in use. Divided by 2 equals $9 grand. $8,960 for all the cells in my Powerwall, if you counted them at $2 each, which may or may not be fair depending on which part of the world you live in. So that's a green zone. If you pass 400 kilowatt hours a month, you get into an orange zone. Then it's, oh wow, it's even cheaper again. These prices for electricity are all showing as wow indeed. It appears down under is the testing ground. Well, I think that's why we got so many Tesla Powerwalls and stuff, and the uptake was so quick with solar, is because our energy costs are so high, and they just went up. The end of this month, in a few days' time, they go up again by, I'm just going to pull a figure out, it's a few cents per kilowatt hour across all tariffs. Thank you for the laugh, friend. Random value available. I can't read from back here. My eyes are getting sore. Doing a battery for a car, Jehu style. Yes, I have. The Inquisitor's Workshop. Yes, I have thought a lot about doing a car in the last couple of months. I can't really say which car I was looking at getting, but I did try buying an electric car, and it looks like it's going to fall through, unfortunately. I don't know if I'll ever make the details of that terribly public, but it was an older car. It had a little bit of YouTube historic value to it, and it was a really old conversion. It wasn't a new one. It was very inefficient, but I really wanted it. But you know, onwards up. We're going to find something else that's in my budget, and what we can get my hands on. So that would be also good. AG is now $1 a day connection fee. I think it's $1.20 a day, isn't it? $1.23 a day. Oh, but I'm not AGL. Who am I with? Origin, I think. Origin. Yeah. Not worth it. Solar, not worth it. I have 2 kilowatt on the roof, and it will pay for itself in 9 years. It is very cheap to drive EV. Imagine having Tesla in Serbia. That's a very valid point. Electric vehicles would. What? Okay, that's an interesting thing. I think it's Mr. Tomic, Igor Tomic. What is your petrol prices per litre or gallon or whatever unit of measure you use? That'd be an interesting interesting measure. You might not be able to make money from a Powerwall, but it might be better in an electric vehicle. You might be able to make save some more petrol, I guess. How long can you use your wall power under normal use? We have tried that. It is 63 hours. Look for an old video, Mark. It is called 63 hours. Run my house for 63 hours off grid. And that was a really good test. That was 63 hours with a washing machine, the dryer, the microwave, the fridge, the freezer, the televisions, the ceiling fans, the lights. The only thing it didn't do was the stove top and the big air conditioner in the lounge room, which we didn't use anyway. We don't use any air conditioners at this time of year, and the hot water system. So 63 hours, and probably longer if we actually looked after the batteries better and didn't put the dryer on for 3 hours at night. It was only one night, but still we did it. How long can you walk over there? We've already done that. Did you have to get a permit to connect your Powerwall to the house? I don't think so. I didn't. The thing is, it's the Powerwall itself. I meet a couple of criteria for that, in the fact that one, I've got a grid tie system which is connected to the grid, which was installed professionally, which is like 400 volts or something DC on a 5 kilowatt inverter. So that's 6,000 watts of panels. Now, in Australia, I can't legally work on anything above 120 volts DC. So all of my panels are underneath. I've got 3 in series and 5 in parallel, or 5 in parallel and 3 in series. I can't remember. And they come in at 110 volts, and it's all this side of the grid. So I'm not exporting anything, so it doesn't come into any legislation there. All that I got to do is meet the safety guidelines, and there are a few other things, of course, but also like the safety requirements for common sense, I think. You know, the correct wiring and cabling and everything tied in, and I'm very, very aware of mechanically damaging something, so accidentally knocking something. It'd be very difficult to accidentally knock my Powerwall and take it offline or cause a problem, unless I've got a screwdriver in my hand or something, and then I'm doing stupid things. But that comes down to those little 3D printed caps that I need to get on top of and get done. So I'll be really keen to get them done sometime soon. I'd like a 3D printer. One of my mates has got a 3D printer, and he's just having an absolute ball with it. So I should get onto that one day. I really should. It seems you're doing new packs every other day, so why don't you exclude the near end of life cells from those packs? I have excluded all the... Anything below 2100 milliamp hours gets recycled. but it's only because I got a bunch more cells that I'm even keep going. And I basically just, I've only got 2 discharges, 2 Opus discharges, and they basically run 24 hours a day. I just keep feeding cells into them and making packs and making packs. And I've got, how many have I got over there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. There's about 24 other packs, but they're not built packs, if that makes any sense. They're just all the cells all together ready to be soldered up. They haven't even got any solder or tinned up or whatever you call it. So I've got a bunch there, and they're all above 2100. I was actually thinking about the new ones to step it up to 2200 and then start changing out all my packs to increase the capacity even further for the space that it's in, and then use all the other cells down the road that I've already built up. So I'm actively kind of doing that, but I'm still using 2100 rather than 2200. Are the solar non-electric hot water setups that consist of rows of black tubes not popular in Brisbane, Australia? Yes, they are. I think you're talking about, it's on the tip of my tongue, the tubes. Anyways, yeah, they're very popular. They're also a little bit expensive, and they're out of my price range. And I've also got a 320 litre electric hot water system that was put in not soon before we bought the house a few years ago. So it's still got another 5 years of life left in it. So spending $5,000 on the solar hot water, it just doesn't make any sense. And now going to this other device, hopefully we're going to cover that quite nicely. We might use more hot water then, and probably more water as a result. Probably cost us more money on hot water. The water bill will probably go up. I can see that happening. 14 times everything here. Wow. For example, I'd prefer to use a cell which is original 2000 milliamp hours and now is 1900 milliamp hours. That's 3200. Yes, I would agree. That is absolutely true. But that's again, that's a big extra step. That's a lot of extra work trying to work all that out. So I guess it depends on your end game and what you want to achieve and stuff like that. So if you just were going to stay small, say maybe a 10 kilowatt hour pack, and you just wanted to build it mint, absolutely, I'd be definitely going there. We have Epic Solar. Yes, that big thermonuclear reactor in the sky is pretty good to us Aussies, I tell you. I don't understand why not excluding license. Tesla. Imagine having a Tesla 100D fully charged at night. You could fully for $3 or $4, and then you could go and drive it for 200K. That'd be awesome. Not the MEM's electric turd. Nah. JS Online retracted. 1 litre of petrol is about $1.40. Oh, there you go. Jeez, I am behind again. Are you running your house on just solar? No, I've got the grid as well, like I just said. We run, whenever we do a roast or something, that pulls from the grid if the big solar panels aren't producing enough energy. That doesn't come from the batteries. So Origin are awesome. They got involved in the flexible thin film technology and then buried it. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Get rid of it to someone else. Yeah, call me jaded. No, that's not jaded. That seems like big business to me. See, so in my case, in Serbia, EV is like the perfect solution. Absolutely, I do agree. The electricity has to be low too. Well, there you go. Out of Africa, that's an interesting point. Save money on fuel rather than utility connection. It's definitely, it sounds like it's definitely doable over there, especially if you can get a old forklift motor or something. Someone was saying in the last live feed about forklift motors being awesome. I might actually look into that. I don't know how far I'll get into it, but there's a couple of forklift places that are around me. I might go and have a word to them. What kind of arc you could get off that wall with a welder? I actually went out and bought a like an old welding setup, so I could actually try that. And I didn't, because I thought I'd just blow all the fuses, and that's a heck of a lot of soldering to redo. I also considered trying to do it with one big pack, doing like 200 cells or something at 4.2 volts and seeing if you could actually weld with that. But I'm no welder, so I don't even know what I'm doing. So it'd probably look pretty dodgy, I reckon. Pete, I had no idea that solar hot water setups, the row in the back of the tubes just absorb the heat. So they're that expensive. Well, they are expensive here. I don't know if they're that expensive everywhere. And that's certainly for the good quality ones. I'm guessing that there are cheap ones out there, but if I was going to do it, it's my home. I'd like to make it last. How much do you pay for it? I don't know. My wife pays that bill. Evacuated tubes. Thank you very much. The acre of Africa. That is what I was trying to think of. Is the current bleeding edge? Yes, and they are quite good apparently. I've got a couple of my mates with them, and they've always got hot water. Even on a bad day, they've got hot water. Woohoo! Chinese LED bulbs a lot. Remote control, color changing, cheaper to run, can burn your house down if not supervised. I bet you they'd get a little bit warm, would they? How do you feel about Elon Musk changing the standard-sized battery in his factory from 18650 to 11? I think it's a good thing. I mean, he's all about the economics of whatever he's doing, so good on him. I don't know if he himself is the leader or the team behind him, but good on him. Good on him for giving a good hard crack, that's for sure. Well, here anyway, maybe in Oz you're ahead of what's the violent cells maker? I think that's Sanyo. Sanyo cells, I believe. I have a 48 volt electric boom lift 5.5 kilowatt hour electric motor. I'm planning to 8050 power in a quad bike. Oh, cool. Have you found a better inverter to replace the PIP 4048? Yes, I have. There's a few of them that are better. I would really like the Solex. The Solex does a few good things that would save me money. I can actually bring high voltage into it, which means I can replace my other inverter and charge my batteries much more efficiently. Unfortunately, I can't deal with that high voltage, so I'd have to pay somebody else to do it, so it'd be more expensive. So it makes it tough. I'd love if there's one, the 8 kilowatt SP Pro, Selectronic XP Pro would be up there with the top of them. That wasn't grid tied, but purely off grid. That would be awesome. Absolutely awesome. It heats my home when they get warm. I have to go to work. Stephen, thank you very much for tuning in. I do appreciate it. Just getting the 12 volt ones to run off 650s. They've got to start somewhere. The Sanyo cells actually any good? I saw some of your videos that say they get too hot. They do get hot. The Sanyo cells get hot more than any other cell I've ever tested. And if you go on the forums and Facebook, they all say the same thing. They get really hot. Even a couple of those ones have gotten hot. There's 2 in there that are warm that'll have to come out. So I've got packs and packs and packs of, like, I've probably 300 or 400 Sanyos that are good cells. I went through a stage where I got new old stock and they're all brilliant. Red Sanyos can be heaters, but can a lot of good cells. Yeah, absolutely. You can't pick them. Your channel has inspired me to start saving batteries in the hopes one day of powering an old bike with self-made pack. Good on you, man. Thanks for sharing your knowledge with us. Thanks for tuning in, man. If it wasn't for you guys, all the 70, 80 people in the room, at times it wouldn't be much fun at all for me to do this sort of thing. Thanks for answering my question. Thanks for participating in the chat, mate. I do appreciate it. Take care and keep sharing. I will do. However, I probably won't be doing a lot of live feeds in the near future, I reckon. Don't mean to give you a big head, mate, but you're a bit of an inspiration. Too late. Bang, it just burst. No, good. I'm happy that people are being helped from this sort of project. Sort of humbled too. got your electrician to sort out the solar hot water switch yet? No, he hasn't been around yet. I asked him to come around for the Tesla thing this morning. However, he is a little bit busy at the moment, but he'll be getting here soon. Yeah, he'll be getting here soon, I hope. In the next week or so, and then I've got to finish my video, and then I've got to send it off to some people for approval, and then get it out there. I might test it for a few days before I actually release that video too. I want to make sure it does what it says it does. What kind of heat does the wall generate during normal operation, I guess you'd say? Absolutely none. There is a normal operation of my Powerwall, there is less than 0.1, much less than 0.1 of an amp draw per cell. There is zero heat in that pack. I can draw about 80 amps constantly for an hour, and the cells don't even get warm because that's only 0.14 or 1.5 of an amp or something per cell. It's something minuscule anyway. Yeah, this channel is inspiring, love it, but of course he's an Aussie. Yeah, that's probably a drawback, right? Yeah, nah. Is $3 a cell too much to pay for new Sanyo cells? I don't know, man. I've never bought anything new. I guess you buy a handful and then test them and see how they test. Hi, Pete from Perth. Finally caught your live feed. Thank you very much, Frank, for tuning in. What would you recommend to start with? Maybe building a little Powerwall and connecting one solar panel through a charge controller. Do it. Might want to charge an e-bike battery with it. You've got to start somewhere, and if that's what you're comfortable with, roll with it, Jacob. There's no use going big if you can't finish the project, and there's no use going big if you find you don't want to finish the project. At least if you start small, it minimizes your losses and you can move forward from there. Less heat equals less wasted power. Nice. I could save a lot more power by making my stuff a lot more efficient. I could double my cable from my roof down to my batteries. And that would save me a lot of power because I wouldn't have so many losses, and I can make all my cables the same length and all that sort of thing. I think there's a lot of stuff I could do to make my Powerwall a lot more efficient. Is there any bang for buck there? No, I don't think so. All those purple Sanyos 18. Surprised I got a few 17. Okay. Such a low price, so it was amazing. Yes, I guess you get that from going bigger and bigger. And if I ever get my other shed done, I can go even bigger again, and that'll be cool once I go really big. By the way, you and Jehu's channel is very inspirational. All the best from Germany. Thank you very much for tuning in. Jehu has been a big personal inspiration for me. And I should do a shout out to Jehu because he gave me my first good what do you call it, bump on YouTube. He saw my channel and I sent him some Vegemite, and he advertised me, and then my thing just went up. I started getting many more subscribers very quickly from Jehu, and he's and everyone's messaging me to evacuated tubes. I like 3 text messages and 2 Facebook messages with evacuated tubes. Where is Jehu's channel? Yeah, so Jehu's constantly had my back, so to speak, and I really truly do hope one day that I can return that favor for all his help with my channel. And I seriously try and do the same thing. I pick and choose my battles. I don't do them all because then it'd just be out there. But Daniel's channel's doing some good things with that Raspberry Pi, as I said in my last video. So I am trying to pass on that same ethos that, or the same time that Jehu gave me. And even back in the day, Jehu, I had a lot of trouble with hate like real hate I thought was on my channel, and people were telling me I was going to burn my house down and do this and do that, and people just hammering me with negativity. And then I questioned Jehu about it, and I said, look, I said to Jehu, how do you handle the negative side of YouTube? And he says, the negative side earns you money. Don't worry about it. And he told me about a few of his experiences, and I went, oh wow, that's almost profound. And from then on, even the hate makes me extra interaction, which in turn makes me more money, and all those things with YouTube. So Jehu, if you're watching, and I know you often do, thanks, bud. You are a champion. Greetings from Germany. Keep up the good stuff. Thank you very much for tuning in from Germany. Are you going to do more woodwork in the future? Look, I can't see woodwork being in my future, if I should be absolutely honest. I really am terrible at it. I enjoyed making that piece of artwork, but I was going to paint it, but you know what? Stuff it. It can just stay there like that. It's a good talking point, because all my customers see that when they walk in. They, what's that? And then I get to talk about my project even more people, which is sometimes I think I talk my customers' ears off about it. But I am kind of passionate, so I guess that's also a good thing. Google solar coin. No, I will not be doing any coins. I was surprised that I saw your old video of Jehu today reclaiming 1852 3 years ago. Yeah, it's a pretty while ago. Thank you very much, Neil. Don't feed the trolls. No, quite the opposite. Feeding the trolls actually helps your channel in some cases. And it's bloody amusing, because of a lot of them don't talk any sense whatsoever. So feed those suckers all day long, and it helps interaction. If they keep commenting, even if they've got all their blockers on and whatever else, if they're commenting and watching a video, the YouTube algorithm sees that as a positive thing, because they're interactive. I love the burn your house down comments. I haven't had a genuine burn your house down comment since I got my BMS. Not like, you get one and they say, like, they watch an early video and they go, oh, you'll burn your house down and whatever. I said, take 30 seconds, look at some later videos. And then you hear them come back and say, oh my God, that's awesome. Or, you know, and then they start following me or whatever else. So I don't get that anymore, which is fantastic, which must mean I'm doing a good job, I hope. Do you have an idea of what you do with the circuit boards in the old laptop batteries? They get a new life for the boards, seem to be wasted reuse. I take them back to the recycling company. So when I do it, I've got the plastic in one box, and then the copper in the middle and stuff in another. So I'm proactive about trying to do the right thing with that as well. If you do burn your house, don't make a video. Shit, man. If I may have, yeah, definitely that would. Yeah, fire always sells better than ice on YouTube. Oh, my Jehu light's going flat. You should sign that shelf and put it on DIY Powerwalls for sale. That's an interesting thought. I wonder if I'm famous enough to do memorabilia. This cell was used in day 9 of the live feeds. It's worth FA, if I should be honest. Oh dear God, if this channel's ever that famous, and somebody record this, will you? I'm out of here. I start signing stuff and selling it. I might sign stuff and give stuff away, but do you, so your day job is a computer tech, have your own store? Yes, this is my store. I work from my shed in my backyard, and I have done for 10 years. I've been self-employed doing this for 17 years, out of my van and other businesses I've owned. Yeah, this is my everyday. It's really good. Is the Powerwall smiley face? Yes, it is always smiley face. Pete, you're going to burn your house down. Oh, shit. Have you even looked at any of my videos, buddy? Ban, block, get out of here, time out, whatever you say. I should get everyone to write, you'll burn your house down, you'll burn your house down as many times as you possibly can in the chat, and then I'll screenshot it and then put it in my next video. Of course, that adds to my interaction and I make more money from everyone putting the comment there, so don't do it. If you have ever mentioned your work on Winch Pool, you certainly have heard the House Down crew. Yeah, I lurk on a lot of website, a lot of Facebook groups, a lot. I truly do mean a lot. And somebody random posts up my channel, and then the first two comments are "you'll burn your house down," and then everyone else defends me. It's quite funny these days. I actually like it. Wait, okay, stop. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Here we go. We're gonna save that. Okay, that was awesome. You just won the internet, guys. Burn. Okay, I'll whack that once I finish this live feed. Up on the Facebooks, and we'll make something up. We'll make a really good story. Anybody that wasn't here won't know what happened. Let's crack up, guys. Well played. Well played. That was brilliant. That was gold. I should do that all the time. Maybe my interaction will go up even further. Don't burn your house down, please. Your shed is going to catch fire. Don't burn your house down. I'm just going to skip through all of these because I think they're all the same. Crappy electrical and crappy solar for sure. Did you try the supercharge thing? No, I didn't. I have my own computer shop and have been saving all the old batteries for 8 years. I just found your channel a few weeks ago, and I plan on doing my own lighting and power. Awesome, Mike. House on fire. Someone's going to make a music video of Pete saying your house will burn down over and over again. Cut from all my live feeds. Someone should get David Attenborough and is it Attenborough, and edit together a live feed for Pete, a voiceover. That'll be funny. Next to the fire truck and say, "Well, it happened. It'll burn it down." A little stick on the side of the house. I like that. That's a good idea. Maybe a little bit too hard to organise. The 18650 is on fire. You've got to say that with an accent, don't you? How many? I have no idea. I watched your woodworking video earlier. Don't quit your... Come on, Gadget Addict. That was a lot of work. And I think YouTube picked that up as a suggested video. Wow. I think I've got like 30 new subscribers while I've been doing this live feed. Where's my video manager? I think I should do it on my phone. Is there any moderators here? Spam content. Sorry, give me a second. There's spam on the forum. Purge spammer. See you later. Oh yeah, there you go. Spam has disappeared from the forum. Where's that video that I did? Oh no, there's 22,000 on the bad practice. The will it burn down? How many? I mean, 1860. There's 2,100 views. Wow. That's pretty good. I think that's another one of my best videos. I think they'll break a record. Okay, I am at 19,274 subscribers. When do we get to see your Tesla? I didn't have one. It's somebody else's. I'll show. I don't even. Did I take photos? Random video, iPhone. No, I don't want my iPhone back up. I want my YouTube. Is it new folder? Nope. Project LBT. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, wait a minute. I'm trying to find the footage from today. There we go. Tesla. I called it Tesla. So how do I share? Okay. Sorry guys, I'm getting tired. I really should kill this live feed now. Am I sharing my screen? I shouldn't be sharing my screen. I'm not sharing my screen. Because you just see things opening and closing relentlessly because I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so sharing screen. This one here. These are the only photos I got today. Can I get rid of that? I can. There we go. They're just very basic. I didn't get too many. I didn't go out of my way to try and stage it or clean the car or anything like that. Spin that around. So it was that was when it was charging. So I was actually charging at 6 kilometers per hour at 10 amp at one stage. The puppy dog in the car. I don't know why everything was open, but everything was open. And there's the Tesla and Aaron's Nissan Leaf. That's the Nissan Leaf I'll actually be borrowing. So a bunch of cables, charging. So there's not much. There's not much there, photo-wise. There's probably a lot more stuff on my phone, I reckon. So very, very grateful for the help today with that. That's sort of like Gotta Go song. How much do you pay for your solar? I think I paid $8,500 for my main solar system. There we go. I meant the. I don't know whether Brad, where is the 18650 Orthimus charger? Have you got that, or have you passed that on? I don't even know where that is anymore. I haven't seen it pop its head up for a while. I have five sub each account to your channel. Oh, it doesn't matter, man. Subs don't mean anything. Subs are if you go on view time for subscribers, I think subscribers only account for 15 or 20% of my views. So it's just really subscriber is just a number. It doesn't mean much else. And I don't think it even plays a part in YouTube's algorithm, the super secret algorithm that's out there. I was able to take a joyride in a Tesla recently. Great fun. A Nissan Leaf. Oh, really? I didn't get to drive it, and we didn't hoon. We just went for a block. I just wanted to sit at it and not hear it, I guess you'd say. But it was pretty amazing stuff. We didn't have the ludicrous mode there. This one doesn't have the ludicrous mode. It's too old. Cool. I want a Model X. Pack soon. I'll pack up soon. Oh, cool. That'll be good. That would be very good. I'm at an hour and a half, and I promised I would never do an hour and a half live feed. I think I'm an hour and a half. Anyway, guys, I'm all out of comments, I think, so I might take this opportunity to say thank you very much for tuning in. All the 70-odd people that are in the room. You made it on time. I was just signing off. Sorry about that. I really do appreciate everyone taking the time to come in here and have a chat with me. One more to go on this 10 days and 10 live feeds in 10 days. Bo's dad and everyone's coming in. Tomorrow, I might do another one tomorrow, and then that'll be the 10, and then I'll have to button it all up together and show everybody all of the results, all the income and how it's grown and whatever else. I guess the worst part about what I've done is I've released 2 videos in the same time as I've done these 10 live feeds in 10 days, so it's going to be hard to judge the reward reward the right word? Yeah, the reward for doing this type of test. So guys, thank you very much. I don't know what time I'll do the one tomorrow. It might not be tomorrow, it might be the next day, I don't know. I'll try and give you some sort of notice. Cheers, and I'll see you all on the next one. Thank you.